What's up guys, this is Caleb with The Truth About Fitness. Now if you're watching this video, you've either stumbled across it on my YouTube channel or you're just beginning week 1 of my guide, The Truth About Fitness. Either way, thanks for checking in and I hope this video helps. The title of this video may come across a little bit ambiguous and a lot of you are probably wondering, what is why? This why that I'm referring to is what's going to drive you to your success whether you know it or not. Now my advice to you is that you know it because it's a lot more powerful if you can utilize it at any time. So what is a why? In my terms, a why is simply the most foundational reason why you're doing what you're doing. Now everybody's why is going to be different and a little bit unique just based upon what they value in life, but I personally believe that everybody has one. This, in my opinion, is the most powerful motivation you could ever utilize. It's not manipulated by outside sources, you don't need to go find it, it's already inside of you and no one can take it away. Now speaking of motivation, I'm sure you stumbled across one of those motivational YouTube videos with the emotional music, the Rocky clips, the motivational speaker in the background just going ham. Or maybe a family member or a friend has recommended some sort of self-help book that apparently contains the secrets to stay motivated. While these things aren't necessarily wrong in and of themselves, I think we can agree that the effects of them are rather temporary. I know I've personally gotten hyped up after watching or reading something like this, and I still do from time to time. It's good for what it is, temporary motivation. But your why is different. This temporary form of motivation simply won't take you as far as your long-term goals reach. Your why, however, will. So it makes a lot more sense then to utilize your why as opposed to these external different forms of motivation. This is the raw, deep-rooted, and personal reason that drives you to do what you do. So by now your mind is probably thinking one of two things. One, what is my why? Or two, how do I find my why? If you're not thinking that I'm some crazy salesman about to sell you some self-help book. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you how to find your why. After working with several of my own clients on finding their whys, I came up with 2 rules to help you find yours. 1, while this may seem a little bit redundant, ask yourself why until you simply can't ask yourself anymore. I'll explain this in a little bit more detail in a second. Number 2 is be patient. I personally don't believe that anybody's going to be able to find their why right then and there on the spot unless they've gone through some sort of process like this in the past. Yes, it is definitely inside of you, and yes, it is a real thing, but it does take some digging and being vulnerable with yourself to find it. So let's take a look at these 2 rules in action. Now, let's say you have a fitness goal. You want to lose 25 pounds. Great, start there. Ask yourself, why do I want to lose 25 pounds? Why is this important to me? Think that through, and once you come up with an answer for that, ask yourself why that's important to you. And once you come up with an answer for why that's important to you, ask yourself why again and again and again. You're essentially going to repeat this process until you can't answer that question anymore. Now, once you are at that foundational reason, that is likely your why. And once you find your why, you're in a position to utilize it on a day-to-day basis, and I promise you the effects of it will last a lot longer than any form of motivation you can find. For a better example of this process, I'll use myself. While I'm about to give you a summarized version of what my process looked like, don't think that it was easy by any means. This took me several hours and days of digging, asking myself over and over, being vulnerable with myself, and trying to get to the bottom of it. This was not an easy process, so be patient with yourself. So first off, I asked myself, why do I work out and diet as a young 20-something? This answer was rather simple for me. I simply want to look, feel, and be as healthy as possible to increase the longevity and quality of my life. Pretty straightforward answer, but it had some deeper roots to it. So I did some digging and I realized that it was because I want to inspire people and help others know that they can do the same thing no matter where they're starting at in life. So I asked myself, why is that important to me? Each time I asked myself why, I had to dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and each answer started to get a little bit more challenging for me. I realized that I want to inspire people because I've been a victim of my own limiting beliefs for so long. I want to help as many people possible get away from this feeling of they can't do something. Now, even though this might sound like a foundational reason behind what I do, I could still get a little bit deeper from there, so I asked myself, why is that important to me? And my answer was this: because of my experience so far, helping other people grow brings my life far more value than simply living it for myself. And that was my why: to change lives, inspire people, and to help people grow past obstacles that I have faced in the past. And that's it. Now, understand that there's absolutely no rules as to what your why can or cannot look like. Your why is your why. It doesn't have to be inspiring or noble by any means. It could be anything. Your why could be to prove to a parent, a teacher, a friend, a sibling that you can do something they said that you couldn't. Your why could be to set a good example for your kids. You could simply want to be great at what you do, and that could be your why. It could literally be anything, and it's already inside of you. It's just a matter of identifying and utilizing it. So to finish this up, I'll leave you with a few things. One, make sure that when you're going through the process of asking yourself why, that you arrive at the foundational reason behind what you do. Second is become vulnerable with yourself. This isn't a process that anybody else has to be involved in. This is you asking yourself questions, so be honest. And lastly, utilize it. Take advantage of it. When you do find your why, write it down. Put it in various places that you'll see it throughout the day. On your mirror, on your door, on the background of your phone. Always keep it in front of you. And once you do have it on the forefront of your mind, understand that you're far more powerful than you were before. Again, take advantage of it. And that's it. That's how to find your why. That's how to utilize your why. I strongly encourage you guys to go through this process, as it could change your life in the way you go after your goals. So guys, girls, thank you so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. Now, if you or anybody else you know has any sort of fitness related goal, I would love to help in any way possible, whether that be just pointing you in the direction of my guide, The Truth About Fitness, or getting you set up on my one-on-one coaching program, both of which you can find details for in the link below. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment below. I'd love to talk with you guys. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.